Hey guys, welcome to Rusty Guns. So today's video is cheap guns. So kind of the reason for the video was the other day I did a top 5 guns for the average Joe. And that number 1 gun was a pocket rocket. So something like a micro 380, 22 auto, 25 auto, something like that. And that got me thinking that, I wanted to go out and I wanted to find a cheap gun that was still in good working condition, but that needed some TLC. And lo and behold, went out and found this. This is a US Revolver Company 32. So it's kind of a small pocket-sized pistol, but relatively cheap. I will warn you though, if you go out and you find guns like this, be aware of what caliber they are, because even though you can still get ammunition for this, it's a little harder to come by. You can't just go into like a Walmart or something and buy 32 ammo for this gun. Okay, it's not going to happen. So be aware of what caliber you're buying. But also this US Revolver 32, it was made around 1925, probably somewhere around there, 1920s, and it'll fire smokeless ammunition. That's another thing to be aware of. Some very older guns are meant for black powder and not modern day smokeless ammunition, so be aware of what it is so that you know what kind of ammo you should be firing through it. But anyway, these US Revolver Company was bought out by Iver Johnson, so this particular gun will probably match up with many Iver Johnson schematics that I have. Overall length of the gun, we're at 6.5 inches from barrel to back and 4 inches from top of the blade to bottom of the handle. It is a 5-shot double action revolver, top break. So to open it, you're gonna pull back right here and then lift up like that, and then it would eject spent casings, and then you get your 5 shots. And I'll let you look down the barrel. I see you. And like so, close it back up. She's ready to fire. And you're not supposed to do this with revolvers. I'm doing it because I'm going to be working on the gun anyway. So just to show you. The timing's right on it. Timing's still fine on it. The gun functions fine. As far as the work that we're going to do to this, one of the things is we're definitely going to be rebluing this gun, because I believe when the gun was made, it was almost like a black powder coat that was done to it. Because if you look around the grips, you can see this like really dark black color, and especially like right there, you can see it really well right there. And it has it in other spots on the gun, but I've got spots where there's bluing. So odds are that finish started to wear, somebody tried to re-blue it, the bluing didn't take, and so now it has this really muddled look from where I've got brown metal, bare metal showing, to the black, to having bluing. So it just has a really muddled look on it. And we'll be taking care of all of that. If you guys want to watch those videos of when I restore this, I usually do those as Workday Wednesdays. Just subscribe to the channel and click the little bell thing and look for those videos as they come out. The cylinder spins fine. I'd like it to be a little smoother than that. So when we go to take it apart, we'll make sure we get everything nice and clean, and we try to make sure that spins a little freer. I'd like it to be a little freer. It has very small rear sights right there. A very large front blade sight. But these aren't guns that you're meant to be aiming and trying to get really tight groupings. These are point and shoot guns. That's what they're for. But now it's definitely going to be heavier than your micro 380s or something like that. But it is a pocket-sized gun. You could carry it in jeans, or you carry it in a jacket pocket, something like that. But it is going to be heavier because it's solid metal frame. So going to be a little bit heavier of a gun. Also, we will be working on these grips, because although I like the little US logo that's on that grip right there, because it reminds me of that 1911 I just bought, I don't really care for the grips themselves. And if I go to blue this, I want it to stand out a little bit. So we'll probably do maybe some some kind of an oak or maybe a cherry or something like that for grips, something to make it a little bit more showy, I guess. I don't know. So I know everybody's wondering, how much did you pay for the gun, Randy? How much? Well, let me tell you, these guns aren't expensive to begin with. So even the work that I do on the guns, not going to increase the value of it very much. Typically the guns are bought between 100, 150 bucks. You could even find them cheaper. I know a lot of the times these kind of guns that had like the chrome on them, you can find those even under 100 bucks because typically people didn't care of them, and the chrome is shot on them, on most of them. And so the ones that are actually blued or have the black, usually you're going to get a better price out of. So typically between $100, $150 is what the going rate for one of these is. So I don't expect to make like $1,000 by restoring guns. I do it because I like it, I enjoy it, and I like to keep history around. This gun's from the 1920s. You know, I want it to stick around, you know, for a long time, even if I'm not the owner of it. If I sell it off to somebody else, I'd just like the gun to be around in circulation still. But anyway, let me get to it because you want to know, how much did you pay for it? I always show you guys because I'm never afraid to show you. So there you go. There's the gun. Oh, sorry. $128.40. So $128.40. Perfectly good working firearm. Like I said, even if you buy guns, watch for the caliber. Make sure you're getting a caliber that you can get ammunition for. You're not going to have a hard time finding ammunition for. If you don't know a lot about firearms, take somebody with you that is knowledgeable. And a lot of times, even the gun stores, smaller ones work by reputation. And so if you talk to them about the gun, they'll let you know, well, I don't recommend shooting it, or they'll say that, yeah, the gun functions just fine. You could shoot that gun, no problem. So don't be afraid to talk to them and ask them. But that's what I got for you today, guys. Is this nice little U.S. Revolver 32 for $128.40. And speaking of which, subscribing and all that stuff, we are now, that many away from shooting a YouTube button. So come on, guys, tell your friends, whatever, tell them to subscribe, because I seriously want to shoot that one. Because the other day I was actually checking, and I actually punched that in, and although there were people that had titles saying, you know, shooting YouTube button, nobody's actually done it. It's all just clickbait. Well, I get one here, we're shooting that sucker. Guaranteed, money in the bank. Count on it. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.